Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with episode number 11 of the deep dive. And boy, let me tell you, we got you guys. We got you something good today. We got you a bunch of craziness, scandals, football players liking dirty things, COVID going crazy. It's woo. Tell you what, it's about to be crazy. How we doing, Lion? How we doing?
So it's a lot going on in this household over here. We just stuff everywhere. Trying not to lose my sanity. And
Mine's
worried about
gone.
what's going on with all the rest of the the sports world and how we might not get to see it. We might not get to see
I mean,
what we need to
you
see.
think they lost? You think the sports world lost its mind?
Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it did, bro. Like I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. But we'll see. We'll
I
see.
don't know. But getting into our first topic here, we got another crazy thing going on with another football player, ex NFL Phillips Adams, and the CTE here ends up killing 6 people, 6 family members, man. And they find out that it's a case of severe CTE. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Hey, let's be real, man. I've been saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying this with everything that's been going on with these football players and things like that, man. It has to be something that can get set up for these dudes in the field, after the stadium, after the lights, after all the crazy stuff that's been going on, man. Like this guy right here, man. We're starting to see, a trend now. I mean, I think he's the second one that's had a severe case of CTE, like Aaron Hernandez, man, where it's actually not what some people may think it is. Some people may say he just snapped, but I mean, even in the reports, like what I read, they were saying, man, he didn't snap. So if these guys are not snapping, they're having paranoid issues, anxiety, depression, all of that stuff. So that's where I think like a whole mental health type of package thing needs to be addressed within the NFL, and players that come after that, man, because this guy, like I said, he killed his wife, two of his grandchildren, his physician, the HVAC techs that were on site at his home that were trying to help. It's just, it's tough, man. And then, turns the gun on himself, which that's crazy. And that was right here in South Carolina, right next door to North Carolina. So right in Rock Hill, actually. That's only like an hour away from me. So it's just it's crazy and it's sad to keep reading about players having issues and things that are going on, because again, they give their all Sunday to Sunday. They get out there on that field and they play the game that they love. And some of them are young and they have to deal with this, but it's just tough, man. It's tough. There has to be something that's set up for them in the after, you know what I mean? After the football field, after the stadium, after the lights, all of that stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, like this. What's crazy is about is they can't see this until these guys pass away. They can't see the CTE. They don't know what's going on. But there's got to be like signs and stuff that are popping up. Like these guys are unstable. They got to be there's got to be something that's showing that they're unstable. I mean, if they're going to this, they're getting to this extreme stuff where they're killing people. They're just losing their mind basically. There's got to be something going on where people are seeing things and whatnot. And I imagine it's not as easy as it seems to be to go get help and get
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. But like you've been saying, is there's got to be something that the NFL can do for when these guys are done. Get these guys checked out, see how their heads are really faring for with everything. You know what I mean? Like there has to be help for these people. Like I mean, Aaron Hernandez was super young when it took over him, and that's the crazy part is he was super young when it took over him, and then it took over it's taken over a couple other players. I mean, you're starting to see these guys retire earlier. I don't know if that's because of they're afraid of being, I guess, hitting in the head too many times, but I mean, does this gotta this I mean, I would think this has to go back, gotta go to college too. I think it's gotta start the awareness and protection and stuff like that's gotta start there. I mean, these
Right.
guys play through high school. They play a long time. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like a long time when people talk about it. When, I mean, they're 18, 19 years old heading into college, but
Mhm.
in high school, I mean, yeah, they got helmets that are supposed to protect and do everything else, but at the same time, they're not. These refs in probably at high school aren't as efficient as these college to pro guys in protecting these guys' heads. Like these guys hitting high and stuff like that. I've been watching some high school highlights of this year, and you see people getting teed off on, like blindside hits, getting smacked in the head. So I mean, this got to trickle not only from the NFL, but this got to go the whole way down the line. Like they've all got to come together. Like these associations all got to come together and figure out what to do for football and protect
Like
these guys.
what I'm trying to figure out is where are we, as a nation, as a people that, that love football and things like that. We're losing sight of the whole teaching because when I was coming up, man, and I played ball, like I remember it was strict 24/7. Coaches was telling me, man, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your eyes so you know where you're going, and never put your head down, never lead with your head. Like, is this something that we're starting to see that is just trending from the youth type of football? Because I know, like, when it comes to youth football, I know there's programs because I've coached it myself.
Right.
I know there's programs that you have to go by that kind of teaches
Yeah,
you
you have
that.
to take the
And
classes.
yeah, we do know though that a lot of the youth football is not taught by guys that actually have the credentials, that have,
Right.
all of that good stuff to play, to coach kids. They're just guys off the street. Some of them are even the parents of the players. So I mean, is that something that we start to see a trend that gets bad habit that just keeps going on up through high school, college, and to the NFL? Or I mean, it's weird to me, man, that it's happening like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things I've seen when you bring up the teaching part of it all too is that I've seen, you know how they used to teach us to rap and put our heads in front of
Right.
you. They don't teach that no more. Now it's put your head on you're supposed to put your head on their hip and behind them,
That's crazy.
like to protect yourself from getting hit in the head. I'm like, man, I feel like you would be more in danger of getting a hit in the head there because you got another guy. If another guy comes in from the back and smacks this guy, your head dead target. Like it's gonna get hit. Like I didn't like it. Like I know I went through the USA when I was coaching. I went through that USA football program where
Right.
you had to go through a whole list of stuff and you had to get certified and all that stuff.
Right.
So I think, like I said, they got to figure it out because these I mean, I think this starts. I think this starts as a young kid, and then it just only gets worse as you get older because you got more hormones firing, you got more aggression going through, you got testosterone flying, and these guys want to be at the best, so they start taking PEDs and different things like that. And I think all that has an effect on your brain no matter what. And I was never one for the body stuff. Like I was never one to take anything that was gonna make me better. I was one of those guys that just went to the gym and worked harder
Right.
and try to get better. But like it's crazy seeing we're seeing it a lot, man. We've been talking about it. I feel like we've been talking about it almost every episode. In at least the past 5 episodes, we've talked about one of the players just losing it,
Yeah.
and it's sad, man. Like I mean, the guy took his wife's life, took people's lives that weren't part of anything to
Grandchildren,
do with the
man. Like,
grandchildren, like kids losing their lives at a young age, man. This is just
yeah.
not. It's just got to be better. It's got to be better. Like it's like the NFL, like you said, the NFL's got to start something. Somewhere along the line of football, somebody has to start something.
100%, man. I like I said, I think it's warranted, man. Because again, I mean, we don't like. I mean, as a former player and a guy who loves the sport of football so much, man.
Right.
I hate to see it get a bad rep. I mean, but we gotta. It really starts to get a bad rep because I mean, I am a father. I have a son. I mean, I have a baby girl too, but I have a son who looks up, he's seen my game film, he's seen things, he's seen his dad play football. Like, I
Right.
mean, he wasn't born at that time, but he's sit and watch film of me play football, and he's interested in playing the sport. But
Right.
then you have my wife on the other hand, who's like, I don't know about that. And then it's like other people like, I don't know about that, because of what they start to see, that trend with football and high contact sports like this. So I mean, something has to be done. It's some way that it has to not have such a negative rep. I mean, again, we know it's this gridiron, and you get out there and you give it all you got, and you got bodies flying everywhere. But I just, like I said, I hate to see it get a bad rep, man.
I
I
mean,
really do.
like I'm the same way you were. Like my son see me play. Like he's actually been at the games and stuff like that. He got a
Mhm.
chance to see me play. He was young, but he got to see me play, and that was like one of my things. I was like, I had to let him. I wanted him to see me play one time, and I retired after that season. Once he got to see me and play, I was done. But the thing is they're trying to do better with the helmets and stuff like that, and at the lower ages. But
Mhm.
it's still those things. Is like if you get one of those guys that's a hitter, sometimes you can't stop it. Like sometimes it's them bang bang plays that are the worst. They
Yeah.
lights out. You start getting concussions at a young age. I know I suffer from concussions a lot because I was
Mhm.
one of those guys, man. I didn't care. I flew in there, and whoop,
Yeah.
whatever happened, and and that's the mentality though. Like that's the mentality that me and you growing up, we were taught like just go in there and bang. And
Yeah.
now, I mean, it's a little bit different now. They don't. I don't know that they teach it like that anymore because it's got kind of soft in like high school football practice type of deal. Like they get a week to acclimate to the weather and
Mhm.
all this stuff. Like we didn't get that. It was full go 2 days right off the rip. Get your gear on. Let's go out here and die in the sun. And
That's exactly it, bro. Die in the sun. That's
so
exactly what it was, bro.
yeah, so it's one of those things. Is like I think about it myself. Like LJ looks at it, and I'm like, he shows interest in it, but his thing is baseball, basketball, and I'm like, I'm cool. You want to go play them? You don't want to play
Fact,
football? Look,
fact.
I suffer from migraines and everything, and I think it stems from a lot of that. I think it stems from the amount of concussions I had, because I get scared too sometimes. Like I get scared sometimes too that I might have symptoms of like the CTE from hitting my head so many times. I played a long time. I played from the age of 6 to 33, and I didn't
Mhm.
play. You know what I mean? I didn't play in those positions, and every position is different. You know what I mean? Like if
100%.
you playing fullback, you're playing linebacker, you're playing tight end, you're nonstop blocking and hitting. That's all you
Mhm.
do. That's your
Mhm.
job, and that's
Yep.
what I played. I played that almost my whole life. I played running back 1 year, and that was it. Then I turned into this fullback, and I turned into a tight end and an outside linebacker. So I'm just banging nonstop. And I'll never forget it because I'll tell you one of the scariest moments when I had it was my 10th grade year. That's the first time I ever got to play varsity. They put me in and I came on a lead. I came on the opposite side lead block. We ran the Delaware wing tee in high school. So I come across from the other side and I get out in front and I just start banging. First thing I started using is my head. Whop, whop. I just kept going. And I'm
See.
out there and I get to this guy. It's me and this other linebacker. And we hit so hard. I'll never forget it. We hit so hard. We both just went boom and back and both landed on our butts. Both hit so hard. My helmet, I had a gash in my helmet. We hit so hard. Like it literally put a gash probably this deep in my helmet. And it smoked. And that's all I remember. I watched the smoke roll off my helmet. And
Wow.
then I opened my eyes up and I'm like, wow. I was like, all right, I'm good. I went to stand up. Oh, was I not good?
Yeah.
Was I
So
not good? My thing was rocked. I mean, it wasn't even rocked. It was I started walking. I walked towards the other bench to the other team's bench. And then they had to turn me around. I go to sit on the bench. I missed the bench completely. Oop, on my
Jeez.
butt. Like I was gone,
Jeez.
bro. Smoked.
Jeez.
So I blacked out on the way home. Couldn't see and was spinning. And then I did it again on the way out. I was going to go out to the door and hang out with some friends after the game. And I was like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. And then the next day is when we found out that I had this concussion as bad as it was. Is we had this thing called the Viking Mile. So I don't know if they do it anymore in schools, but in gym class we had to run a mile. So we had a choice to write a paper. We had a choice to write a paper for a project, or you can run this Viking. They call it the Viking Mile because we were the Viking. Mind you, at this time I'm 210 pounds. This is how crazy it was. I ran a mile in 5 minutes and 32 seconds. 5 minutes and 32 seconds, bro. When I tell you I spun at the end of that thing, I ain't never spun like that in my life. Not even on a merry-go-round.
Crazy.
I couldn't balance it out. Couldn't see nothing. All I could do is all over the place. They call ambulance. I get to the doctors. The doctor's in my eyes. He literally told me, he said, bro, you have no coordination. You have no reflexes. Wow. Nothing. Your pupils aren't going anywhere. Like nothing's moving. They diagnosed me with a grade 3 concussion, which is the worst concussion you could have.
100%, man.
So
that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it was the most wild thing because it lasted for a while. Like it literally lasted for a while. And when your motor skills start slowing down like that, you don't know what to do because you don't ever experience that typically in life. And that was one of my weirdest things is like my mind couldn't keep up with what I was thinking, what I wanted to do. My feet didn't want to go where I wanted them to go. And it was scary and
right.
But in that at a young guy as a sophomore, I'm not thinking about that. I just want to get back on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think a lot of it. I think that's why I had a lot of migraines nowadays is because I bang my head so much like that. And there's nothing. And the wild thing of it all is I've been through so many tests, so many different medicines, and they still don't know. So and I've been to John Hopkins, down to John Hopkins, and had all this stuff done, and that's one of the most world-renowned hospitals for that type of stuff.
Yeah,
still nothing. So that's what scares me sometimes is like, because I can feel myself. You know, sometimes you just feel like you get aggressive, like you're aggressive, and you want to just every little thing just wants to pop, and I'm just like, well, maybe I have this, but they'll never know until I'm dead. So I think there's got to be some time where they got these doctors just locking in on trying to find a way to be able to see if these guys got CTE before and then like see what they can do to help them.
Yes,
like before 100%. It gets out of hand like it has been.
And I mean, and two, I think, man, that a lot of these cats, even when they get these concussions, like, I mean, I know they got concussion protocol in the NFL now. Like, they get them, boom, you got to sit out one game. I think it needs to be longer than that, man, because again, you never know the long-term effect that's going to happen on a player that, you know, that gets a concussion on a Sunday and then the next Sunday they're right back playing. Like, at least give them a little bit more time, man. So that they can understand that, listen, you're under stress, your body's under stress,
right?
You have something going on that could potentially hurt you in the long run. Do you wish to perform or go forward in this, or do you want to take this particular training or whatever it is that they have to come up with, take it now so that you can prevent these things in the long term? Because again, like I said, this situation, man, it just adds on to more and more bad looks in the NFL and football, period. Like it just, man, it's sad. It's so sad.
I think you have a really good point there, though, when you talk about this, is because when you talk about these concussions, like I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but this is a serious thing, and we've all experienced it. And it's crazy to see so many guys going through it right now. I mean, it's left and right. I mean, you got Calvin Ridley out right now. He's been away from football trying to get his head right. And you got Everson Griffin going through it. You got multiple guys like really going through it. And I mean, yeah, Everson Griffin's a little bit older, but you got Calvin Ridley. That dude's young, super young.
Right.
And that's the thing is, like, I think you have a good point as where I think they need to have classes and educate these guys on concussions, like really educate them, like break it down to them, like have a doctor come in maybe and explain exactly what happens to your brain when you get these. Even though I know most of these guys probably understand it, but it's still to refresh them, make them understand. Hey, look, don't rush back to this. You have a career, yes, a year,
Right.
you got all that in front of you, but you
Right.
need to make sure your head's rock right because if you come back early from a concussion, I've done it myself. It's easier to get a concussion.
Yeah.
It's easier to
Yeah.
get that if your brain is not fully because what happens a lot of people don't understand is when you get a concussion, what happens is your brain is literally smacking off your skull, and
Yeah.
it causes a inflammation to the brain. Like so, your brain basically swells and it can't move like it needs to. So if your brain's already against your skull, think about it. If your brain's already here, laying against your skull, you get popped one time. That's a full blow. That's not like it doesn't got a chance to move. You're getting
Right.
full tilt smacked on the brain, which then is gonna cause you can get blood clots. You can get you can get all types of stuff. They can make your brain bleed. It can give you
Bro.
I mean, it could give you tumors to the brain. Like it's a lot that comes to it. Like I've done it. I have a brain tumor, and I don't know if it came from football, but I have one on the backside of my earring and my hearing and balance nerve. I'm gonna go deaf in my right ear eventually from that thing, and that's the thing. Like, it scared the living crap out of me that I was playing football with that. Like
Yeah.
like I had no clue that I was playing football with one of those in my
So,
head. If I would have known that, there would have been no football. Instantly, no football.
but it's like I said, man. The same way that they can tell an athlete, listen, if you get hit again in your neck area, it could ruin your career. If you get hit again in your leg area, it could ruin your career. They should be able to tell the same exact thing with
Yeah,
the brain and with the head. Like I just don't like that's puzzling to me because again, like you said just a while ago, when you break something, if you break your leg and you go right back out there, you at risk with getting your leg broke again.
right.
Like, come on, man. Like
Well,
it's crazy.
that was like I mean, this brings up a good point here too. That's like Jordan Reed that played for Washington. I don't know if he's still with you guys. I know he came out to the 49ers, but that dude's had so many concussions and it's like and he can't get back quick. You know what I mean? I think he's
Yeah.
going to have a lot of problems as he gets older because it takes him forever to come back from those concussions now. And
Mm-hmm.
that's never a good sign. To me,
Right.
it's like look, bro, why don't just call it quits? I know you love the game, but do you want to walk? Do you want to talk? Do you want to be able to if you want to have kids, you want to be able to interact with your kids? Like that's the stuff I was thinking of. I'm like, man, why haven't they told this dude to hang it up? I think there should be a rule inside of the NFL if you receive so many like severe concussions that you have to stop playing. Like you got to protect the
Yeah.
player. And I think that should be a rule. Like I get it that these dudes ball out, but like it's gonna cripple somebody. You know what I mean? Like I think it's gonna be one of those things. Is it's gonna cripple somebody, or somebody's gonna get hit after having so many of these things, and it's gonna he's like they're saying in chat going brain dead, going paralyzed,
Yeah, bro.
and
Yeah.
I think honestly that would be a great move. I know a lot of people probably out there disagreeing with me right now, but I'm thinking as a player, like they're gonna make your millions and you're gonna be good if you invest your
We
money right.
I mean we all gonna have our gripes and our upsetting about like somebody telling somebody they can't play the game because again we started to look at the game and I mean fans are fans of who they are, but you start to look at the game, oh, it's soft. But you gotta think about this, man. You sitting behind the TV feeling good, feeling great, ain't got nothing going on with your
Right,
body.
right,
These guys out there sacrificing, putting it out there on the field, and you watching this, and you watching. They have families just like we have families. They got mothers, they got daughters. I mean, all kind of stuff that's going on, man. They should not have to be in this situation, which Adams put his family in. He killed his wife. He killed two of his grandkids. Like they didn't even get to experience life
right.
because of he dealt with this in his head. He didn't know what he was doing
Yeah, I mean,
because
and he
again,
took two
like
other
they said,
people's lives that probably
yeah,
had family.
they were trying to help him. The
Right.
physician was trying to help him. Like when you start to get in that paranoid state that someone's after you, you don't know what's going on. You're
Yeah.
not in your right mind. So it's like, yeah, man, this is the stuff I'm saying, bro. Like I would rather see these guys take care of themselves. To be honest, man. Like I mean, I know I love the sport of football, but Not at
I'm
this.
100% with you, bro. I mean, you played high level, I played high level. And it's to me like I wish I was more educated on it because I probably would have stopped playing a long time ago.
Right.
I would have played.
Same,
I
bro.
probably would have quit a long time ago. And that's not being scared of it. It's more or less worried about my health. Like I probably wouldn't be dealing with the migraines I deal with. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if y'all ever had to experience a grade 3 concussion. That's kind of what Steve Young. That's what Steve Young had. He had a grade 3 concussion when he got lit up. Same concussion I had, and the stuff that you experience with that, it's scary. Like they take you in for a seizure test and all that. Like they take you in for this thing. They put. I mean, I had probably 300-400 wires on my head, and I'm in a dark room. They're flashing lights. They're strobing in my eyes. Like
Bro.
that's scary. And then they're to get rid of like to help me try to like alleviate the pain that it's causing. They're sticking needles in the back of my skull, like up the back of my skull here, trying like shooting medicine in, trying to like just lessen that pressure that's in there and stop it. Cause I had a migraine and it lasted 5 days. I've never experienced one like that in my life. And that's what triggered all this to go get seen. And then I mean find out that I got a tumor in my head, got to find out all this stuff. And I mean, I honestly, I contribute to a lot of it to football because of how I played the game. But that's what I'm saying. Like they got to do better with it, and hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll figure something out and they can stop putting their business before their players' health.
Yeah. 100%, man. Like I said, it's sad, man. And like like the chat said, I heard about that story too, Donovan Hill. Like that's a young kid, 13, man. Like and that's why it made me think, are we missing the mark at the young age of what we teaching
I
these
think I
kids
think we
coming up?
absolutely are missing the mark.
And it's because, like I said, when I coached it, man, when I coached it, I know for sure I stuck by the guns on what I was taught, and
Mm-hmm.
I would sit here and go over every single game plan, every single thing, every single practice, my players, and I knew exactly what I wanted to tell them. My offensive linemen, yeah, they're young kids. They were 10-year-old. That's what I taught the tens. So I'm like looking at these kids, and I'm like, y'all have an understanding, and y'all know I had to show them that how to do this because first I show them, let them show me what they think football was, and I'm like, no, that's not it. Like the rings,
Right.
the bull in the ring drill. No,
I don't think
it's not happening.
I don't think they're allowed to do
It's
that
not
no more.
happening.
I think that's actually been outlawed.
Yeah,
In
so
the
you know what I'm
Oklahoma
saying.
drill.
Yeah, stuff like that we went through, man. We
Yeah.
went through that. You know what I'm
And
saying? We didn't.
that's almost all getting teed off on too, especially if you're not one of the athletic people. You know, a lot of these kids aren't athletic at that age either, so they can't get up like some of these
Mhm.
athletic boys, and they come in
Right,
and they just take all they do is take the blow.
right, right.
And then yeah, people were like, "Oh my god!" Ah. But did you realize this what happened to your kid's head? Nope.
It's crazy,
But
crazy. But
moving,
I'm lucky though because I took one hit in the head my whole year, my whole career, one hit. And
I
once I
mean,
did that, and I was looking out the ear hole, I said, you
I
know
took
what?
that hit too.
Never again, brother. Never again.
I took that hit, but I was the same way. I got hit. I'll never forget it. I didn't get hit like that in high school ever. I got hit one time in high school, and I was like, never, nah. So, but it was more when I was playing minor league ball. I got hit by this dude. He was 45 years old. I'll never forget it. I was an 18-year-old, big headed. Oh yeah, I'm about to go off in this league type of deal. Nah, that wasn't the case. That boy hit me so hard, my helmet spun. I was like, I looked out the ear hole, put my helmet back on straight. First thing I did, I said, "Who the fuck? Who hit me?"
He
You know what I
shook
mean?
your life.
He said me. I was like, not a shot that you just hit me like that. Not a shot. I was like, you 45 years old, bro. You ain't hitting like that. And he's sure. Boy, that boy was a bad man at 45. And that was the last time I said my head went straight on a swivel and never stopped moving. You were
Gotta have that dog in you at all
never
times,
catching
man.
me, bro. Ever catching me like that again. But moving on to this one. This man. This dirty man. Dirty. Dirty, bro. He gotta go.
It's your boy, man.
No,
It's your
he
boy.
is not my boy. He ain't never been my boy. He gotta go. Joe Gibbs, where you at? I need you to buy this franchise. NFL, Roger Goodell, I need you to ban this dude from the NFL. This dude is a dirty dog, bro. Dirty dog. Daniel Snyder. Daniel Snyder. Boy, I'm going to tear him up right now. I'm about to tear this man up. This man's disgusting. This man's disgusting. So, look, this man knows he's in trouble, right, guys? So, this is the report on this man. This man's in trouble right now. So, they launched an investigation into how this all started. A bunch of people came out for sexual harassment in the workplace. This man hires a lady. She comes in and starts investigating. The NFL says, no. We're going to take over. They then take this girl, this girl become part of their whole thing. She's now with the NFL investigating. Mm-hmm. So this investigation comes back. This investigation is very dirty. This dude's in trouble. Big time trouble. You see emails flying out about Bruce Allen. It now gets John Gruden fired. Right? He's trying to take the heat off of him because he know that back door is on fire. Like he's about to just whoof and just poof, be gone. He ends up paying off back at, I believe, if I have it correct, it was like 2009, I believe. I don't know if that date right, but it's somewhere in that. It's somewhere. Pays 1.6 million to keep her mouth.
1.6 million
to keep her mouth quiet. And this is how dumb this dude is. Never signs a contract on this.
Yo.
So she technically never has to keep her mouth shut and still gets that 1.6 mil. Most people that do these things, like R. Kelly and all them guys that write things off, there's a clause. You can't open your mouth in the contract when they do this. So this girl comes back out and she's like, no, I'm talking. So they try, his lawyers that are now in this, try bribing this girl with more money. Congress is now involved in this. From down there in Washington is now involved in it. They want to see everything. Daniel Snyder's denying them rights to see these things. Bro, yeah. if you're denying and you're trying to pay somebody off, you're guilty.
You did the crime. You did the crime.
And he knows it. He in trouble.
He did it.
What do you think about this, though? Like, what do you think the NFL should do with him?
I mean,
he's got to go, right?
Listen, man, when you start trying to be slick and you're an owner like that, man, your hands dirty. So I need you to get up out there.
More dirty. His hands dirty. His mouth dirty. Everything dirty.
Listen, man, at this point, he ain't even worried about the team. He ain't even worried about the team. The team out here struggling right now, man. Got a lot of people injured, a lot of people going in the COVID protocol and all this other stuff. This man out here worried about taking care of his fantasies. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. So I think, if you're not worried about the team, go, man, listen, take yourself to the couch. Take yourself to the couch.
And I mean, it's not like you don't have a beautiful wife. He got a pretty wife. I don't know what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, she may not be doing what he need, bro.
Well, regardless, you do dirty.
Well, man, listen.
Because it's not just one girl. There's like 20 of these girls. And then now you got Robert Griffin saying he was sexually assaulted or whatever coming out in the book. He got a book coming out. I don't know if it released yet.
He was sexually assaulted by who?
I don't know. I didn't read the book. I don't know.
Listen, what y'all doing over there? What y'all doing in Washington?
I might have it wrong. It might have been sexually harassed. Something like that.
What you doing in Washington?
I don't know what they're doing, bro. They need to get Daniel Snyder out of there, though.
Listen, bro. Is that the reason why y'all got other teams? You letting other teams do what they want to do?
Probably.
Somebody got so much dirt on you or something?
Somebody does.
Jeez, man.
I'm sure Jerry Jones is dirty, too.
Listen, man. You'll never find it.
Bro.
You'll never find it.
I honestly believe that's why he got his own benches in there.
You would never find it.
We probably won't.
You would never find it on Jerry G.
But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. That's the only thing I came up with when we seen about the benches. I was like, bro, either somebody got some serious dirt in that organization against Dan, or Dan's
he about to tell
his biscuits just fell off.
He about to tell it.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, look, something coming. This boy's in trouble. Like, there's no shot that the NFL keeps letting him own the team, right?
Just saying. At this point, if it was me, But we know how Goodell works. They're probably paying him under the table too. But if it was me, you out of there, brother. I need to give me somebody else in here ASAP.
Because that's got. I
Somebody
mean,
that's
that's got to be
present
like a
folks on.
horrible look, bro. Like if they let him stay, what does that say about the NFL?
They
To me-
soft. SOFT. Soft.
But I mean, it also. I mean, like what I'm thinking, like it's got to be like, oh well, okay, so he did all this. We all know it, right? We all know he did it. The guy's guilty. You start paying people off, and you start trying to hush mouths. You did it. You don't want to let the evidence out to the Congress. You did it. You're guilty. So
I'm just saying.
my thing is this: if they don't get rid of him, this would be very bad in my eyes, because this is going to say that the NFL is okay with sexual harassment in the workplace against women.
100%. 100%. And that's it. Hey, that's tough, man.
You can't. I don't think you can. You can't have that, right?
You can't, because you're supposed to be standing for stuff, right?
Right.
So, like, I mean, if they saying they standing for all these different causes, and that not being one of the main ones, man, listen, the NFL can get canceled for not being it. The cancel culture is real.
Yeah.
It's very real. And if you start messing with these women out here, bro, listen,
They dangerous now. Oprah's coming.
We might as well take all our jerseys and everything else we got and just put them joints to the side.
Oprah.
Chilling, bro.
Yeah, it's going Oprah and Beyonce on their way.
Facts, bro. Listen.
And believe me, when Oprah comes, you in trouble, because she's
Oprah walk
powerful.
out there?
She's a powerful woman.
You get an L. 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 Out of here, baby. You already know what's happening. You already know what's happening when Oprah coming.
Man, like this blows my mind. When I read this report, I said this to you. I was like, bro, this got to be part of this. Like, this is wild. Like, they literally tried to offer this lady money again, and then the lawyers tried to deny it, that they didn't. No, you really think anybody's gonna believe that you didn't try to do that after you guys won't get, like, Daniel's denying information to people. He's letting emails fly to try to get the heat off his butt.
Again, man, listen, it's only a couple owners in the NFL that's got that power like that, man, that can get away with stuff. Jerry, and you got my man.
We're talking Daniel Snyder from Washington, the owner.
And my man over in New England. What's my man name? Robert Kraft?
Yeah, Kraft.
Them two, they cat daddies of the league, man. They do what they want to do. Snyder, you ain't on that. He just like Jed York, bro. Y'all ain't on that type of time, bro. You better fall back, man. Fall back.
And I honestly, I hope. I don't think Washington football's a joke. The ownership's a joke. The football team's all right. The football team's all right. It's the ownership that's a joke.
The ownership, just listen. They living their best life.
Nah, he ain't living. He about to be living his best life, getting tore up in that jail. The jail cell. That's what's about to happen. All them angry Redskin fans are probably in the jail. Oh, they gonna give something to Daniel. He ends up behind them. Boy, they better. Jesus, we gonna hear about him getting whooped.
You know how much money you made me lose?
Right? Yeah. They gonna pop. Like, you know how much commissary that could have been? That could have been a month's worth of noodles.
Just
Slim Jim. We could have had Chi-Chi's all day.
It's wilding out here, man. Like this, like I said, I don't get it, bro. Like,
I've been watching it. It's not my boy. It is not my boy. He gotta go. I've been calling for his neck for years. I don't like him. I never did. I got to meet that man one time, and it was the worst thing I ever did was meet that guy.
Oh my God, bro!
Like, because they have, so what they do down there, so they have this thing sometimes. They used to do it. I don't think they did it this year. I think it kind of all like phased out when like COVID hit. But they had a thing where during draft day, they would let you come down. They do like a draft day down there. You can go out in the field. They have all these other things out. Players are out there signing autographs all over the place. You get to take a tour through the locker room. And I got to meet him down there, bro. I looked at this dude. I was like, man, this is the most ignorant man I've ever met in my life. Like, I didn't even have to talk. Like, just hearing him, I heard him speak. You knew he was an ignorant person.
It's money, dog. It's
bro. I'm
money. It's all
telling
about
you.
money, bro.
I'm like, bro, like I was like, man, I wish I had never met this man. Like honestly, it like ruined my day for a minute. But moving on to this next one, because I can't, I'll sit here and slay this man all day long.
Yeah, guy.
Not my guy. But we moving on into this one. This one getting serious. It's getting serious in the NFL. COVID. Is it going to ruin the playoffs for some teams? Boy, I'm telling you what, I'm gonna let you start this one off because I need to settle down from Daniel.
Listen, man. All I gotta say is we very well could see the NFL playoffs get ruined by COVID. Because right now, man, they had an all-time high, right? Like 30 something players.
It's up there.
Got
I
it.
think it's
Like,
probably close to 40.
Rising. And it's still rising. I mean, they was expecting to see the surge actually after Thanksgiving anyway, which, you know, as a normal person in life, I was thinking that probably would happen too.
Right.
These guys get free, they get to go home, be around family, friends, and all this other stuff. And we do know a lot of them are around friends, which don't make no sense to me. Like, bro, listen, if I'm up here and I know that I could potentially get in trouble or cause myself to lose a paycheck, bro, holler at me when the season's over. You feel me? I don't want we ain't got nothing to talk about, dog. Hit me up on the phone, bro. Up on probably one of my 3 cell phones that I got.
Yeah, like
you know
hit me up. We can video talk.
We good, man. You know what I'm saying? We good money, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all. All I'm trying not to do is lose that paycheck because I know you're gonna want a couple $100, you know what I'm saying, about me at some point in time. And if I'm losing game money, you ain't getting no money. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just crazy, man, because I think right now, who we looking at? We got the Falcons, the Lions, the Bears.
The Rams just got hit. I believe they got a bunch of people just went in. Like,
the Rams actually on there now. They got 9 players on their list.
This might actually kill Washington.
Yeah, OBJ, one of them. OBJ's one of them.
He just went in, and I know Washington, like their whole D line is depleted now.
Yeah. Like, so what you got to really start looking at, it ain't necessarily the teams that affected, because some may say, well, like, man, listen, Washington ain't going to playoff. The Lions ain't going to playoff, but they got to play other teams. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Washington's in the wild card race. That's the thing. This is going to this could easily destroy what hopes they have staying in that wild card race. I mean, they don't have Chase Young as it is because he's hurt, and then Montez was hurt. He's back. But now you have Jonathan Allen protocol. You have Matthew Ioannidis protocol. Bro, the list is huge. The list is huge in Washington right now. Like I'm just like, bro, can y'all stop? Like, stop. Like,
but it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow around though, because like, look at it, man. If this
do you think this is one of those things where they're gonna? Do you think we go back to not having fans in the stadium?
I mean, at this point, I don't see them doing that much, because I mean, we damn near at the end of the season. Like, it's almost over. I mean, at this point though, they really got to slow it down. What I think they could possibly do, they can limit where the players go over the holidays. Like I said, we're out of Thanksgiving now. Christmas is next week. So, I mean,
how do you think they put that in place though? What do you think, like, to keep them like liable? You know what I mean? Is it going to be one of those things where they put in like if you go here and like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go here, right? They got
all of this stuff that can track where everybody been, right?
We know the NFL. That's what I'm saying. Is there paychecks involved in this right here?
Oh, put a tracker on them.
I got the tracker part, but we got the tracker don't stop them completely. I think this is where you got to put that thing in there, right? You got to take, hey, look, so if you go to where you go here, and we see you're here on the tracker, you're losing your paycheck for that.
That's tough though. If you do it that way, bro, I think a lot of them cats ain't going nowhere, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
you gotta put money. You gotta get money involved, right? You gotta get money involved so they don't go nowhere and lock them in. Like, look, we getting serious about this. It's getting out of hand. Y'all want fans in the stadium? Y'all want to be able to do the things you're doing?
Man, listen. Anything. if it's my team and I'm getting close to trying to get to a Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm somebody like Tampa Bay, I gotta let my team know. We gotta have a team meeting beforehand, you know what I'm saying, before we break out and go into the break. And I tell them, listen, guys, hey, I know I can't control nobody. I know we all grown men here, but let's think about this, man. Let's think about what we're trying to have. Let's think about what we're trying to do, and we can come to some mutual agreement that hey, we're just gonna slow down the activity for the Christmas holiday. Because I mean, you got your families, you got your kids, and like I say all the time, listen, half of them cats got houses that's got 10 bedrooms in it, a whole ass theater, a pool out in the back. I ain't got no time to be going nowhere. You understand me, man? If
Right,
I got my
right.
own movie theater, you think I want to go to the
And
movies and
they're
watch
rich
the
enough they
Matrix?
can
Hell, the
probably
Matrix can come to me.
right, and they got the money. They can probably get a copy of a Spider-Man if they want to see Spider-Man.
First of all, listen, they ain't paying to watch no movies, dog. Come on, man.
I'm talking. They want their own stuff in the house, bro. You know,
Well, they probably done already seen it, dog. Half of them probably done already seen it. We don't know how these houses hooked up, but I know. That's why I want MTV Cribs to come back because I like to see this stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
But
mean,
if I got
hey,
a whole ass movie theater in my house to sit 50 people,
you
you
need to
think
make
I'm
a thing
going to
called
the
"Flip Your
AMC?
Crib," bro.
Man, listen. You think I'm going to the AMC? I'm like, listen. I'm telling my wife, hey. I got the food being brought in. Don't worry about it, baby. You chill wherever you gonna chill at. I'm going to the movie theater. I'm watching Spider-Man. I'm telling the kids, come on, y'all, come on in. We good to go.
Take a
We
seat.
chilling right here. We chilling right here.
I mean, most of them got like 3 rows in their house at least.
Thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? It's lavish. Like, why you out here in the streets? You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be nowhere, man.
I mean, they can bring their family into their house. I mean, I can see like, hey, look, you bring them. You don't really need to bring the aunts and the uncles. They can send the shit. You know what I mean? Like, just send it. I'll pay for the shipping, whatever.
I can see mama, daddy, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you gotta have grandma and pop pop. You know, you gotta have those, but you can't like look, uncles, like uncles, aunts, cousins. Listen, y'all got presents. You don't want to send them? Look, I'll give you the money. You can ship them on in.
I ain't worry about that. I got the shipping.
Yeah, right. You ain't gotta pay shipping, but your ass ain't coming here.
That's the thing. You don't need to be trying to have no family reunion over the holiday. That's just all it is to it. Just because my house sleep 25 people don't mean you need to be over there. So all 25 of you over there. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Because if y'all ain't acting right, and you bring that to me, no.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, man. I ain't big. I ain't huge like that. I know it's coming up on the holidays. My people just hit me up this week. Say, listen, one of my cousins, they run the Boys and Girls Club. Revamped area, looks pretty nice. Look real big. Hit me up with a flyer. Say, yo, we about to have a whole bash. You know what I'm saying? People just come through.
Nope.
From 2 p.m. to till. I was like, it don't matter. I'm gonna be in the hometown. I'm gonna stop in, wave at y'all, and I'm gonna keep it 100, and I'm gonna bounce because I ain't got time for all that, brother. Hey, what I need to be telling what y'all for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to be cool come the first of the year. I ain't want to be sitting up here with a cough and a sneeze and probably some other stuff that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
No taste, not breathing, not be able to smell. Nah, you can't not want to be like you can't like just think about how bad that would be, bro. Honestly, think about how bad that would be. You can't smell the ham, you can't taste the ham. Oh no.
Listen to me.
Oh
good,
no.
I'm a big boy. Y'all can tell I'm a big boy. I love my cookies. I love my cakes and I love my pies. But I'd be damned if somebody gonna spoil my taste buds on Christmas for my cookies and my pies. You understand me? Not happening. Not happening.
I feel you though, cause look, I went to the doctors. I ain't never like they said I had COVID, but I never got tested for it. But I tell you what, I ain't had no smell, I ain't had no taste, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, boy, I can go without smell, but not being able to taste, that's a whole nother ball game. On Christmas, I lose my mind.
Your cookies
I'm in the bedroom just crying in my pillow if I can't taste.
Facts, bro.
Like I'm mad because like look, my mom hooks it up. My mom goes old school with this. She put that brown sugar, the syrup on top of that ham with some 7-Up inside inside there. Oh yeah. Look, I've been ready. Look, she was talking about the ham last night. I said, Mom, you cooking it? You gonna cook it like you want it? I said, but Mom, I got idea. I said, why don't you take that concoction and inject it inside the ham this year? You know what I mean? I was like that. I was like that. And I'm just like, man. And I thought about it because I almost couldn't taste on Thanksgiving. Almost. It was close. But I got my taste back. You know what I was doing? Like, I was so mad that I couldn't taste. I was in the bathroom, like, brushing my teeth. I was scrubbing my tongue. Like, come back. I could not taste, bro. Because that's the worst. It's the worst. It's literally the worst thing, though. Like, it's like, because you know, like, you bite something, you know what it's supposed to taste like.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what that's what people are like. So, like, I got asked this question. So, what would you rather have? No smell or no taste? I said, look, I can go without smelling things because you know you got funky people. You could take a poop. You could go to the bathroom, drop them kids off in there, and not have to smell that. Oh yeah, I'm good. I don't need to smell. But tasting, I need to taste. I have to taste because I was eating stuff and I'm like, bro, like I know what this tastes like and I can't taste it. I would get mad. Like I was getting seriously mad. I was like, and like I lost 16 pounds, like 16 pounds at that time because I got tired of eating stuff I couldn't taste. I was like, I can't taste it. Why eat?
Listen, I'm telling y'all.
I was in like the severe depression mode because I couldn't taste.
Listen. I know everybody. Listen, I know everybody. It's your choice. We respect that here in the deep dive as your people, because again, we both on both sides of the pendulum when it comes to this COVID vaccine and all that stuff. It's your choice. But if you're a big guy like us and you love to eat, think about it. Just think about that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to miss a cookie, cake, or pie, bro. I'm telling you. Woo,
I know.
Lord,
I just got the cookies. What are them cookies? The good cookies. Oh, what are they called? I forget.
I got a 10 downstairs, bro. You talk about the 10?
Nah, they do them at Walmart. They got this big thing, you know. They thing was like this wide, bro. Kid you not, and it was only like $3-4, and it's full of cookies. But it's the what are they called? They look cream colored, and they usually put like the sprinkles on them. I can't think what the name of them, and they make them. Tasty Cake makes them too, in a little container. And they're only out for Christmas, but I can't think of what the kind of cookies are called. But those
Shout
things,
out to the foodies, man. Shout out to the foodies.
I'm telling you, bro. Look, if I couldn't taste them right now, I'd done. It's over. I don't even want Christmas no more. I'm going straight by humbug if I couldn't taste on Christmas.
Bro, facts. I feel it.
But we gonna move into this one. This one's a shocker. This one was a shocker. And I'll kid you not, me and this man right here would have never thought this was going to happen.
I bit every single word. Every single word, bro.
The Rams come out and they shock the world after losing, I think, like 3 or 4 straight. They beat the Cardinals.
They won 2. Yeah, they had won 2. They lost. They won. They beat the Jags. So they lost 4 straight. Beat the Jags. Then it wasn't supposed to happen. This ain't supposed to happen. Okay.
What? That's all. I want your take on this because bro. I turned the game on. Not gonna lie, I was like, "What is going on?" That was my first words. I said, "What is going on?" I said, "Holy smokes!"
I don't know, man. All I know is when I was I was playing card first. Put it like this: I'm playing card with the fellas. I said, "Yo, I gotta watch the game." Turn the game on. All I seen was OBJ get a touchdown. I said, "Wait a minute, hold on, time out. What's happening?" Then I looked again. Next thing you know, Rams going back to the end zone again. I said, "Hold on, this ain't it. Something ain't right. Somebody missing off the Cardinals team at this point." So I started searching. I'm like, no, see, all the injury stuff still the same. Stafford back there just pop. Next thing you know, they're in the red zone again. I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. And I'm like, what is like? Did somebody get sick? Then I look and they show Kyler Murray huffing. This man throwing the ball, just launching it like he in backyard football status. I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm good on this because y'all making me eat all my words right now. This is not the same team that went out there and just blew us out.
It was wild because like this is the best I've seen Matthew Stafford all season in this game. This dude only had 7 incompletions. I'm looking at the stats right now. Only 7 incompletions. He almost threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Insane.
And the real surprise was it wasn't any of their typical backs in the backfield. It was Sony Michel with freaking 20 touches for 79 yards. Cooper Kupp goes off. OBJ's going off. Van Jefferson did his thing. I mean, Cooper Kupp had 13 receptions off of 15 targets. Like crazy. Like, does this set their season straight?
I mean, it could potentially can, bro. Like,
I mean, they beat the best team.
This gonna be two wins now. So you going into your last 3 games of the season, and you going into them with, on a roll. Now that last game of the season, you gonna be on the roll? I don't think so. Nope.
I mean, but
we own them.
This is where COVID plays his part.
We own them.
This is where COVID plays his part with the Rams.
They still got one loss on the record.
Jalen Ramsey's in protocol. Odell Beckham is in protocol now. They just lost. I don't even know how many people just went into protocol for them, but they just got a ton of people going into protocol.
Terrible.
And this is the stuff that I'm wondering about with all this. Is like these teams are getting so many people going protocol, but what about the other team?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is where it gets crazy. You got all them people at one time going in. I mean, I'm blown away by this. I did not expect this to happen. I mean, the thing is Kyler Murray almost threw for 400 yards. But there's not one touchdown on the board.
But to look and see how he looked like he was just suffering the whole time the game, and I'm like, bro, like,
I mean, he wasn't suffering too bad because he had 61 yards on the ground too.
Now, I mean, don't get us wrong. They probably now, if it was the Cardinals, I know going into the game, like they were saying, because it was like that's when they started to get their COVID protocols, like all the stuff, like Tyler Higbee, and it was some other names that was on there, and it was like, oh, they're out. But see, I think they probably that's probably a move from the Rams to try to throw a curveball, like, oh, we hurt, we ain't gonna make it, and then the next thing you know, they out there just beating the brakes off of them. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just it messed me up. It messed me up. I don't like it. I ain't gonna lie.
But this is what we've been talking about all year long. There's no clear cut. There's no clear cut. Like, I mean, you got guys that coming up. You got a bunch of teams at 9-4 now. You got KC 9-4. You got New England 9-4. Dallas 9-4. Tennessee's 9-4. Who else we got out here? We got now you have 3 teams stuck at 10-3. Right?
Yeah.
You got 3 teams. Is it 3 teams or 2 teams? Because I believe the Bucks are on a bye this week. No, they're 10-3 now. So it's the Bucks, Arizona, and the Packers at 10-3. Now you have the Rams mix themselves back in here at 9-4. Like, there's a lot of 9-4 teams out here. This is wild. This is gonna be crazy coming down the stretch. Let's see what happens.
100%.
If these dudes, oh yeah, Baker Mayfield now in protocol too. Forgot that just broke. And I think that's their coach too, Kevin Stefanski or whatever his name is. He's in protocol.
Terrible.
Like, this is crazy out here.
We don't make it to the end of the season, bro. It's gonna be a problem.
Oh, okay. So now they confirmed that Mayfield, as well as cornerback Troy Hill, safety John Johnson, defensive back Malik Dow, defensive end, I'm not going to try to say his name because I'm not going to get it right, Nathan, and then they got a safety all placed on protocol and COVID-19 reserve.
Jeez.
So for Mayfield and them to play as a vaccinated player, they need to have 2 negative tests to be cleared to play on Saturday's game. If he can't play, Mr. Keith Keenum comes in.
Oh God. Oh God. That's gonna be terrible,
man. Like, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins. This just came out. DeAndre Hopkins is dealing with a knee injury and will be getting a second opinion.
A lot of stuff's going on right now, man.
You may not see it. LeVar Jackson, ankle. He's day to day, and he's not practicing today.
May not see it. We may not see it.
I don't know, man. This is wild. I'm trying to look for that list that came out for the. There was a list that came out for the what was it? The Rams on their players. It was a bunch of them.
Yeah, I know it was 9. It's 9 total players that's on that list,
I'm
and
looking.
the most noticeable runner right now is OBJ. That's
Well, no, that's not the most noticeable. Jalen Ramsey. It's probably more.
well, yeah, he'll be back though because he missed the game. He missed the game the other night, so he'll be back next week. So he's good.
Oh, the whole this is more serious than we thought. So, Coach Sean Manzay also announced on Tuesday that the team has entered a enhanced COVID-19 protocol and is closing down the facility through at least Wednesday.
Okay. Okay.
So so it's Beckham, defensive back Terrell Burgess, tight end Bryce Hopkins, Juju Hughes, offensive tackle Alec Johnson, nose tackle Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive end Jonah Williams, defensive back Jordan Fuller, defensive back Tyler Hall, tight end Tyler Higsby is activated off the list.
They doing daily tracking now. Daily tests to see if everybody can come back. That's gonna be that's
It
tough.
looks like Daryl Henderson, offensive
tough.
tackle Robert Heaven, and cornerback Dante Dayon. I guess that's how you say his name. Are all on the list right now.
That's tough. That's tough.
Hit hard Browns next Tuesday. Yeah. So it's
Tough, right?
so now you have on the COVID list in the Browns, you have Jarvis Landry, JoJo Jackson, you got Austin Hooper, Ross Travis, Jarek Willis, Wyatt Tyler, Drew Forbes, and McKinley. All tested positive over there. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, they got Seattle coming up. The Rams got Seattle coming up, so they should be all right, man. Yeah, all right. Seattle's in shambles. Be all right.
I was
It should be all right.
I don't know. I don't know.
But it's still, I mean, we're still in the question though, because again, like I said, Christmas is next week. Players gonna move around.
Yeah, could be bad for him. Could be bad. Could be really bad.
Go right back up, bro. And it's gonna be a problem. You know, that's all I gotta say. Ooh-wee.
I don't know. With all that hurt, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of players for the Rams. I mean, if they lose again, what does that do to their season? I mean, does that really hurt it if they lose that way, or not that bad?
If they lose Sunday, they're definitely gonna lose the last game of the season. I told you I'm counting now. We own them. We own them. So whatever. We own them.
So getting into Thursday night's game here. Thursday night. This could be a good Thursday night. This is probably one of the better Thursday nights we've seen in a little bit here.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
You got KC going out to LA to the Chargers. We will be sidecasting this, by the way, guys. This will be a sidecast. I don't know if he'll be able to join me.
I should be able to.
But we will be sidecasting this for sure. This is big. This is a big game. I believe this is bigger. To me, this game bigger for the Chargers than it is KC.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, what do you think coming out of this game right here? I mean, we've seen the Chargers go up and down all season, not consistent. Mm-hmm. We see KC literally knock the block off of the Raiders last week. Literally not destroy their faces and left nothing behind. What do you think here?
To me, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. I mean, I'm excited to watch this one, and again, hopefully, I am able to be in on the sidecast. But this is gonna be fun, man. Because long as the Chargers don't go and try to disrespect Kansas City in any type of way, make any videos, anything stupid like that, you know, we know we know Kansas City gets really up for them type of games. But this right here is gonna definitely show if the Chargers can go up in here and play KC the way that they know to play. Because I think I don't know, Keenan Allen was out last week, right? So
yeah, he was out last week.
So he's back this week. They get him back. Justin Herbert if he can have a big game, again, we know it's definitely going to be something that's going to be off the chain to watch. Again, I'm like you. This is probably one of the best Thursday night football games we've had in a minute. So I'm excited to watch it. See what Tyreek Hill's going to do, all that stuff.
This is
Should
interesting
be
too. I'm just looked into like some of this, and I just seen something break. The Ravens have signed. They've been talking that whatchamacallit is good, right? I don't mean to get out of this game, but they've been talking about Lamar Jackson being good, but they just signed Josh Johnson off the Jets practice squad. So I don't know. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yep. But I'm looking forward to this running game as well, chat. Again, we're looking forward to the running game coming out of Austin Eckler and how he's going to do. He's questionable for this game. We got Mike Williams is questionable for the game right now, Jared Cook as well. And they have also Derwin James, who's questionable for the game. But again, it's going to be a fun game to watch, man. I think all of this is going to be good action. So definitely tune in. If I had to pick a team, for this one, I think I'm going to pick let's see. I think I'm going with the Chargers just because I have Justin Herbert on my fantasy team and I like Justin Herbert as a quarterback and I think he can really get it done against Kansas City and Mahomes. It's gonna, like I said, this is gonna be one of the fun games to watch. Y'all guys definitely should tune in. Long as the Chargers don't do nothing crazy, they be all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be one of them games, man. I mean, like I said, I guess this gonna all depend on what Chargers team wants to show up here.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it's gonna be. But we know for big games, man, they normally get up. They normally they're there. And like I said, you'll see, performances out of people that you don't normally see. Because they definitely gonna have to slow down Tyreek Hill. He didn't have a big game against the Raiders. He didn't do nothing. He
I was surprised.
Yards that game?
I was actually surprised by that whole thing right there.
Oh yeah, he definitely coming to play for this one.
They just dropped some more breaking news. Josh Allen got a boot on. Quarterback for the Bills got a boot on. He's got a mild case of turf toe.
God.
Boy, I'll tell you what. And then they just released this one for Washington. Kyle Allen, the backup to Tyler Heineke, is now on COVID protocol.
Good luck.
We now, I don't know who the backup is, because Tyler Heineke is still he's got a knee issue right now.
You taking the L Sunday? Eagles fans getting a dub. Oh my God, they're gonna get a dub off of you guys. Oh, that's crazy.
Well, we don't have no players, man. It's gonna be like the replacements here in a minute.
Crazy. That's crazy.
The whole practice squad gonna be playing.
But who you picking for this Thursday night game, man? I'm running with the Chargers, man, because I got Justin Herbert on my fantasy team, so I gotta run with the Chargers on this.
I'm gonna go with the safe pick. I'm going KC here because I haven't seen enough consistency out of this team to be able to pick them. Like unless I know it's a good easy pick, but like I said,
they've been doing the impossible though, man. They've been doing the impossible.
That's what I say. If they can come out and they play their game like they can play their game, they have a good shot at beating them. But I gotta go with KC, where I know it's been consistent.
Are you going safe?
Going safe. I said I'm going safe. Going safe with it. I mean, my man Drunken probably don't like that pick, but he's one of those guys that likes that team. He likes the Chargers.
Let's go.
We're gonna head into that. We're gonna head into this one. This one's wild. This one's just as much wild right here. The portal for transfer. Holy mother of Jesus.
This right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this about
this. Get it.
This portal, all we starting to see is, I don't want to play for that coach. I'm playing for this coach. It seems like the portal has turned into what has now become the norm for like high school sports,
like free agency.
No, I put it like for high school sports.
You're talking like the transfers and them picking players like they're not supposed to, but they do it anyways.
Like I seen this kid, he played in 7-on-7. He plays such a go talk to him, and then we're gonna get him to come to our school. Let's get him to change the address on his form,
Right.
and then we there. Like, this is crazy, man. It's crazy that we're starting to see this, but like you got names like Bo Nix in this portal. You got who else? Who else is in this
Oh,
portal,
it's a
man? So
lot. You got the Sooners
it's a lot of
quarterback.
crazy.
You
Yeah,
have
it's a lot of Spencer
you
Rattler. You
have
got, man, it's crazy, dude. Like the amount of people that's in this
you
portal.
got what's his
That's
name
right.
from out there in
Jake
I
Plummer, you
believe
got him.
USC's out there. The quarterback from USC's in it. Like
You
it's
got
insane right now with what they're doing. I mean,
Zach Quesadilla. I think how you say Caladella, out of Texas A&M. You got him in there. Like it's wild. Like like I don't know. Like these kids just stop in their last year to just go play for somebody else. So
wow.
my question is, does this hurt their draft stock, bro? Like, is it gonna hurt the
I
draft
don't know.
stock or
I
what?
mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that does. You know what I mean? Just like it's such a weird thing because you would think it would, but with these other schools and these kids coming out of these other divisions, out of like D3 schools, D2 schools, and being stars, I'd almost say it really doesn't.
Mm.
But also does it also mess with the character interviews? You know what I mean? Like, does it mess with like
Right.
their loyalty to a team and their judgment? Because they go through that big interview. They go through that interview that goes through all that, like you get characteristics, you get loyalty. They talk about all that in these interviews, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of those things that I think get questioned. Like, are you? So if your coach gets fired, are you gonna try to go follow him? You're gonna request a trade? You know what I mean? Like type of deal,
Right. Right.
or or is this a move where these guys are making moves to wherever they can move to get paid type of deal?
I mean, you got a good point with saying where to get paid because I don't see a lot of these deals being, these moves being made to win the national championship. Like, because
Right.
you got guys leaving programs and going to other programs that we know they're not like Bo Nix. He's leaving Auburn to go, what was it? We thinking he may go UCF? UCF not going to no national championship game. Like, so what? There's got to be something. There's got to be something else behind it. There's got to be some type of sponsorship or something that's going on down in there that they're going to get a little bit more money because we know they are getting money. So I don't know, but it's just wild to me that this is happening. And like I said, I know a lot of it. What I've been reading is that the coaching changes in all these different places with the coaching carousel. A lot of the
That's
kids
what I'm
like,
trying to find the
I want
list
to play
right
for that
now.
man. I don't want to play for him, so I'm gonna go play here. Where I got a better chance at being this or being that. But I don't see the real upside to leaving a school like Auburn to go to the UCF. Like, I don't see that.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to see if I can find the list here of this because they did have a whole list. There was a lot of them. I said, like, yeah, that's like so. The Sooners quarterback was Rittler. He actually left. He left the Sooners and went over to the Gamecocks.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, and that's three. He's been there for 3 seasons.
yeah.
So I don't know what the move is, man. I mean,
Like, what? Okay, what is it about leaving the Sooners, going to South Carolina does for him? Like that's I don't understand. Like I that's the problem that I'm trying to figure out and understand with where they're transferring to. Is it just the fact that you want to play for a certain coach, or what is it? Like I'm not understanding. Like at this point, I'm
okay, I
not
got the
moving it.
list. I got the list right here. This list is dumb. So you have Texas A&M quarterback Zach. He's leaving. You got USC quarterback. He's leaving. Auburn Bo Nix. He's leaving. OU Spencer. We know he went to the Gamecock. You have Max Johnson from LSU. He's moving on. Indiana. Michael Penix Jr. moving on. You got quarterback from Ohio State, Jack Miller moving on. Nebraska's quarterback Adrian Martinez moving. UFC's, but this is where this one I forget who went down to UCF because quarterback Dylan Gabriel is also on this list, and I think that's because he's moving because he knows this other guy's going to be coming in, and he knows he's not going to play. Which I mean, I understand that type of move because you got to get your film, you got to get your tape to try to get into the draft and try to get drafted.
But that's what I'm saying. It's got to some type of way hurt their draft stock because I mean, let's be real, man.
I
We
would
know
think
for sure.
I would think it would like certain moves. You know what I mean? Like especially if you're going from a bigger division to a smaller or big, however you want to put it. You're going from a big school to a small school.
I mean, we got to be real though because you know what with the NFL, man, they ain't looking down there. Like, and this is just me, man. I don't think that they're gonna look at Spencer Rattler at South Carolina versus OU.
Right.
I think him being at OU was a better look than being at South
Yeah,
Carolina.
for sure. And it's I don't understand why these guys are leaving in their third year. Most of these guys go into the draft anyways after their third year, but that's the weird thing because I don't think we've ever seen this many people transfer or this many quarterbacks that transfer, and some of them are in their third years. Like they're juniors. They got one more year as a senior transferring. And is this that with the new rule they have going on because of COVID and whatnot? Is this that rule being abused? I guess how you want
the fifth year, getting to play the fifth year.
Well, they get to. It's not even getting to play the fifth year. Is that they can transfer without having to sit.
Oh yeah,
so
that's definitely what it is. I mean, if you really look at it, because most of these guys move playing time.
If I recall right, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the past when you transfer, you had to sit a year if you transferred.
You did. You absolutely did.
So is this one of those things? Like I get some of these guys are moving to go play for coaches, as you were saying, but is this that rule being abused for them to put some of these guys maybe to go to different divisions and just go beat up on teams and try to move their draft stock to get paid?
Again, I mean, look at it. You look at a situation like Bo Nix, man. Let's be real. That's exactly why he's going.
That's a mind blowing move.
It's the past stats because he knows in the SEC, he's not gonna be able to. He's gonna have so 100%. Much pressure on him to perform and be at the top of his game. Which going to UCF, he ain't gotta be all at the top like that. He's gonna be at the top because of his name and the skill set that he has and all of that other stuff. Same with Spencer Rattler. You ain't getting away with that over there at OU. So now you going to South Carolina, where I mean, South Carolina does play some teams. I mean, they're still an SEC team, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to pass some stats because the strength of schedule is not like that.
Right. So I mean, it's definitely got to be. I believe there's a lot of money moves here. I think that's what it is. These guys trying to put themselves in position for a contract in the NFL. Because I know I mean, we all know Bo Nix he's gonna get drafted. Where he gets drafted, who knows? But does it move him up that ladder? Padding these stats the way they are, you know what I mean?
I think the NFL has to take a deeper look into it and see that's probably what's going on, and be like, nah, we're not gonna give you the extra for just going to another school and playing like that. Nah, we're gonna base what we like off of where you were. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes down. Because he's never gonna play in a big game. They ain't gonna play no big games, man. Come on,
man. I just got another breaking news, but this is college football related. Deion Sanders with the flip over the number one CFB recruit. He flips Travis Hunter from FSU to Jackson State.
Let's look at it. Let's be real.
But this is what we talked about. We've been ahead of these people for weeks. Like I don't know how we do it, but we've been in the line of this. This is late news to us because we know what was coming.
I knew this stuff was gonna start happening, man. Because again, you got to look at it like this, man. I don't care. You can say what you want to say. Jackson State's an HBCU school. It's not gonna get the public publicity that a PWI does. But what it does, what these kids do get, is they get Deion Sanders as their coach. They get life teaching.
And that's used for a cornerback to have Deion.
They got inside game on the next level. They get all of this other stuff. And don't get me wrong, the HBCU experience is one like none other, but at the same time, they're getting more. They're getting a little bit more than probably what they would be getting at a PWI going to that school. Again, not even having the playing time. A lot of these guys that flip, that get over there, they may not even start their first year. But when you going to Jackson State, you know you're going to get a fair shot because Dion, the way that he's coaching that team, listen,
You
you
putting the
come in,
best
you
player
work
out
hard,
there.
right? You on that field. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Like everybody's like, well, his son started at quarterback. His son was the best quarterback on the field. I'm sorry.
His
Like,
son put that work in too. He
yeah,
ain't out there not working. That's for sure.
facts, facts. And you see what type of awards his son already picked up. Like he picked up some awards this year, being it, all of that stuff. So it's you getting a lot that you, even if they're going there. And they're not the only two that you're gonna see. You're gonna see a lot more come
Oh
over.
yeah,
Watch.
I think this is gonna be crazy. I think this is gonna be really crazy thing going on here. This is what we talked about recently. We just talked about these last couple of shows. We've been really high on this. We've been really paying attention to this. But this is probably one of the best tweets I've ever seen. I just seen it. The man said Deion Sanders had 53 interceptions in his career, but none were bigger than Travis Hunter. This is what we were talking about. We said that getting these guys in these places was going to change the game. And this 100%. I mean, when you talk about the number one player got flipped. Don't get me wrong. FSU's a good team. They're good. They usually have a decent program. Haven't really been of late, but you're talking about getting a number one guy. This couldn't have been a better spot for this guy to go, I think.
Yeah, for real, man. I mean, again, like I said, HBCUs are gonna get such a bad rep. Oh, he's not going to that. He ain't gonna get looked at. But I'm telling you, listen. Like
when you have these ex-NFL players coaching, it's gonna get a look.
Right. I'm gonna tell you like everybody else said, baby, listen. When you got them NFL players coaching and you got NFL, you just seen Hugh Jackson last week go take the head coaching job at Grambling State University. That's a big move. Right. Now you got NFL on top of all of this other stuff, the experience, the knowledge, all of that stuff going into this.
But this is also bigger.
I'm gonna tell my son to do it.
Yeah, but this is also big too when you look at this, right? Is that now these scouts can come right to Deion and be like, what is your honest take on on Hunter? What is your honest take on this kid? Is he a NFL caliber corner? But what do you think his weaknesses are? What do you think this is? That's going to be huge for these guys in these schools because these guys are trusted.
Absolutely.
These guys are trusted Hall of Famers, man.
Absolutely, man. And you're gonna see, like you said, bro, you're gonna see that by Travis Hunter coming over there, right? He's playing. Strength, weakness. You got all these people coming in. Guess where they're coming in too? They bringing them over to the other side. So now they're not going to look at just. We know when scouts and all that other stuff go to these schools and watch one player, they catch another player of the eye can be caught right there at practice. So it's like boom. Now they got the exposure too. It didn't work out for just Travis Hunter. It worked out for somebody else as well. So again, shout out to Deion, man. Shout out to Deion doing work like that.
There's another big one here that we got. Crazy. You got another top 100. Quincy Wiggins says no to Bama and goes to LSU.
So I'm saying it's a lot of stuff gonna move around because we got the coaching carousel going on. We got all of that, the portal going on. We got so much stuff that's happening right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, and like this is that thing. Like I don't think a lot of people are paying attention like we are because we're excited about this. We're all about the underdogs achieving.
100%.
And this is one of those things right now. It's just like Deion, like having a coach like Deion does a number of things for players. Players are gonna get seen that probably would have never got seen. Mm-hmm. You got a Hall of Famer's words. This guy's gonna know their weaknesses, their strengths, their abilities that can be fixed. What can they do for a team, and what position to put these players in for them to achieve. in the
Right.
NFL. Like he can give all that insight, and this is insight, yeah, that some coaches can give, but you got unproven coaches that a lot of these scouts are like, well, I can't really go off of him. I got to look and see what I have. But a scout is only getting what he's seeing on tape and stuff, not what's going on game in and game out. How this dude's working off the field, in the locker room, in the classroom, all that. You know what I mean? Like, and how much time he putting in the film and all.
Right.
Like this is a different way of them being able to draft, man. This is I can't wait to see what happens with these schools.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be really fun.
I'm just waiting to see how many 5-stars decommit from these other big schools and take on these other schools, man. Like this is wild, man. Who would have thought you seen the number one guy turn down his school? I wouldn't have seen that happen.
Nah,
Not yet, anyways. I mean, yeah, Deion's done great and turned that program around, but I never did see that coming.
They about to play for a big championship come Saturday. They about to play for a Saturday down in Atlanta, so we know. Hey, come on, man.
Oh yeah, man. I said he's done his thing over there, and I mean, Deion. We all know prime time. He could talk. He could talk with the best of them. He can talk with the best of them. That man probably did his own recruiting.
Facts.
That boy probably got on the phone. Hey, listen, holla. Let me holler at you, bro. You're a cornerback. I was a cornerback. I played in the NFL, and he probably spit all that at that boy. That boy's eyes lit up. He's like, yo, you know what? I got a cornerback, a true cornerback coach. This is the move. You know what I mean? Like, this is the move for that kid as being a DB. You get a full time. You get a DB coach. You get a head coach as a DB. You're nonstop. You get DB coaching. Like, you're going to learn intangibles that you might not get at another college.
But see, even with this is where a lot of people don't follow Deion Sanders that much, or they don't know too much about his journey and what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
When he had the school down in Texas, when he had that school that he put together that all his sons was going to, right? He was teaching then. He started it then. And
Right.
look at how many of those kids that were unfortunate and that did not have everything that some other kid have. He was able to put those kids in colleges. Some of those guys that played on his football team went on to Power 5 schools. They went on to all these other schools. Like, that's the type of influence he has on younger individuals. So now coming in, recruiting and playing for him on the college level, man, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, man.
Like I said, me and you are big on this. So y'all are gonna get this as much as we can give it on these schools. We're gonna try to do what we can to keep giving out the information on these schools, because this is something that we've been passionate about, because Deion's doing it right, man. Deion is absolutely doing it right.
Absolutely.
But moving into this one, bro, come on. Our guy he basically getting into this one here. So yeah, you read it right. DB gets in trouble for putting the porn tape out, basically. The guy gets suspended because he releases these tapes. So
listen, young people, listen. Stay off these sites, man, okay? You ain't got to try to make one. You understand?
The DB's name is Ismail Ibrahim. He is now suspended after being charged in basically a revenge porn case, is what they're calling it. So basically, him and girl had consensual, relations, and he recorded it without her knowing. Sends this video out to his friend.
To the fella.
And the girl finds out about it. She knew the tape. She didn't even know, but then he ended up telling her that it got recorded. She asked him to keep it private. He doesn't. And in certain states, you could still get in trouble. You still get in trouble for, like, it's a decimation of of somebody like it's basically harassment or all the other stuff. And so
They in their privacy, man.
so with him doing what he's done, this girl's career could be in jeopardy. She could be her family, like her family might like not roll with her, like whatever happens here, this could be very bad. Like, I mean, I don't understand what these guys like. They basically call it harassing, imitating of a person.
Man.
So
We don't listen. We done got away from back in back in the day. All the fellas, he had that one girl. She top notch, like yeah, she bad, bad girl.
right,
All the fellas out there, that little thing they used to call the choo choo. They try to do. They done got away from all that. Now you got cell phones. Now you got iPads. Now you got cameras everywhere. Oh, it's just recording.
they just trying
Let's
to
just put it up on the thing.
upload it to the hub.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Fellas, this out, bro. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if he knew he was like, I'm not gonna make the NFL, so I need to make it somehow. I gotta make money somehow else. That's what it was about.
But I'm just saying, he probably just so caught up in the life, man. He was like, listen, man, fellas, y'all gotta check this out. She baddie, man. I smash. You know what I'm saying? It's good. Next thing you know, hey, bruh.
I mean, we see it. We see it a lot, but you see it get covered up. You see it getting covered up a lot, though. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying, bro. Like at this point, though, being in the college football game in the area that you in, bro. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. You making money now. The way it's been paid for you. You making a little bit of cash. Now you ain't finna make nothing because you got problems.
Right.
You might better see if you was trying to strike up a Pornhub deal. That ain't. It's another way, G. It's another way. Okay, it's another way. But you ain't finna get it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, for these young athletes, man, they gotta be smart how they move. They just got to, like, especially in the college end, you getting paid, you getting money coming in. You got to be smart about what you're doing, and and that can too fall on the leadership that they're up under too. A lot of college coaches is like, listen, I'm here to coach. I ain't here to babysit. I ain't here to, teach them how to manage money, this, that, and the third, when you got a lot of other coaches that do that very thing. So, man, listen, it's a lot that goes into it, but, this young man, apparently he just don't know what he's done. Like, it's a wrap for you, bro. Like, this type of stuff. And
that's definitely a red flag when it comes to anything with the NFL. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, you get the red flag on the chart, you're in trouble. They don't really mess with the character thing, and I think they're probably more prone not to mess with it now. I mean, after you see people like guys like Darius Geis, I mean, one of the best running backs that was coming out of LSU, he ends up. I mean, he had some red flags, and they kind of ignored him, and he ended up getting domestic violence charges. And then as that goes out the door, he ends up getting, I forget how many girls come forward saying that he took advantage of her and raped them while he was at LSU. That's what I'm saying about the cover-ups. The cover-up eventually comes out somewhere along the line.
100%.
Something usually brings the cover-up out, and that's the thing is, do these kids think that because they're at these top 5 schools that they can do what they want and they ain't gonna get in trouble? And like, this is like, overall, it's just a dumb move. Like, if you want to make a tape, bro, keep it to yourself, or at least talk to her and be like, hey, yo, you want to put this out here like this, and we can split the money, get a contract made. Hey, look, we can let's split it. Like, I mean, if you do it that way, at least it's consensual, not just like let something fly.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch your back, because you know what I'm saying, again, and it both ways, man. Both ways. It goes both ways for the females and the males. You both out here trying to get at each other, but you gotta watch out for yourself, especially when you're on that type of level, man.
Yes, 100%. But we're
Just
gonna we're gonna we're gonna leave that one alone and let it sort itself out.
yeah, 100%.
We get into this one. The Chicago Bulls postponed 2 games because the COVID is out of control. Also, in the NBA, they got
Yep.
like their whole. I think they have 10 people on an NBA team. Like 5 people left on the bench, maybe. I don't even know how many people. I can't remember how big the roster gets. But
Oh
the
man.
Chicago Bulls, team that's been very hot of late, been playing very good basketball, now has like half their starting lineup in COVID protocol.
They're in a whole heap of trouble. Whole heap of trouble, bro.
I mean, what does the NBA go back to the bubble?
I mean, they're the first team though. They're the first team, bro. Like, so we really don't know at this point if they look to go back to the bubble. I think if we do make that decision on the NBA and how, with this being the first team that has to postpone 2 games uh in the league and nobody else did, we have to take a deeper look on than at this after Christmas break and after New Year's. Cause we know the NBA, we know players and how they do. They like to go have fun. They like to party. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's take James Harden for instance. Like we seen how he reacted to the whole deal when they was talking about the bubble and coming back to all of that stuff. So I mean, a deeper look would have to be really taken after the holidays to know if they go back to the bubble. But we know for sure that Adam Silver ain't playing no games, man. If something start happening like that, bye bye. We gone. Let's get it. Tell your wife, tell your kids, I'm packing up. I'm going to Florida. We down in the bubble again because we got to get through the season.
Yeah, I
NBA
mean,
ain't gonna lose with so much money, man.
yeah, I mean, like this list is crazy though. This is how crazy this list is, and that's why I question the bubble coming back because you have 10 players going on this thing. You got Alize Johnson, you have Zach Levine, you have DeMar DeRozan, you got Troy Brown Jr., you got Mac Thomas, Kobe White, Javante Green, Derrick Jones, Ayo, Stanley Johnson.
Hmm?
That left the Bulls.
Is Levine on there too? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think I.
he's one of them. Zach Levine and DeRozan both on there.
Sheesh, sheesh.
Kobe White's on it also. Like they got their whole starting fives there. There's only so they have 8 eligible players to play. Right,
Tough.
right. The league minimum to fill the team. That list included 2-way players on a 2-way contract. Devin Dawson, Tyler Cook, and another signed to a 10-day contract last week was Alfonso McKinney and rookie Marco Simovac, or however you say his name, who played most of the season in the G League. That's why we see the postpone. But like this is what I said. That's crazy. And we know the NBA. They don't play with it as like the rest of the players out the rest of these places out here. Like the NFL be playing around too much. But
Yeah.
that's why I question the bubble here is, and then I guess the player how it works in the NBA is players in the health protocol must be sidelined at least 10 days or record 2 negative COVID tests in 24-hour period. They can resume basketball activities.
Mm-hmm. That's how you know the NBA real, man. They ain't playing. Adam Silver's like, no, listen, man, we didn't after all we done been through off gate, and he's more of like the families, the lives and all this other stuff that's going on, man. He don't have time to lose nobody else, man. He don't have time to be losing nobody else like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially not affecting families and kids and things like that. So yeah. I mean, like I said, we take a deeper look at this going after the break, and we'll know. You should have your answer to everything. You should have your answer for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like this is one of those things that's like, I mean, I don't know. It's just it's kind of concerning. I mean, you see it spiking, and that's the thing that
Mm-hmm.
scares me right there. Is if it with it spiking because the Lakers had a little bit of spike and got the Bulls. The Bulls got the most players out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised, like facilities. I haven't heard anything about like facilities or anything like that being shut down. But to only have 8 players left on your roster, like, I mean, that's. I mean, it's just almost as bad as the NFL right now.
That's definitely tough. Definitely tough, man.
Especially when you're playing good ball. Like now you get out of rhythm, have to get back in rhythm, and get going again. Like I mean,
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do here. But heading into Curry here. Heading into this one, bro. This is something we got to witness in our lives growing up. We got to see Reggie put up a record.
Yep.
We got to see the record get broke by Ray Allen. And then the record gets broke last night by Curry.
Who very well deserves to break that record, man. I mean, the kid is just bad,
Do
man.
you see him
Like,
hitting 3,000 before the end of the season?
I mean, he very well could, man. He very well could. Because again, like this right here, dude. And what Curry does, well, everything that he does, man. I always go back to the Davis and Wildcat days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because was it coming out of college, bro? Like he plays at Davidson. That's it.
Right.
He's Dale Curry's son. He plays at Davidson. That's it. They didn't do anything tournament wise or anything that made him stand out. I don't even think he was drafted high. So now, with what you see him doing, you have to give reference to that. Like, who would have thought that this kid from Charlotte, North Carolina, would be at the top of the NBA in 3-point record, man? His dad in the NBA shot the ball well. He didn't do this. He didn't do this type of stuff.
I don't think
And then
anybody
you
did
got,
that.
yeah, and then you got Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, all of these big names, man, that paying homage to this kid because this is what he does. Like he's changed the game. He essentially has done what Kobe, AI, Jordan, LeBron, all that. He's a trendsetter. He's a trendsetter with the basketball. Granted, because you think about it, man, a lot of young kids look up to him now. They see him shooting that 3-point rock. They want to be able to shoot like that.
Right.
I mean,
That's just a lot of work. I mean, I forget. I watched the thing on him, the way he shoots. That man spends hours upon hours just shooting the ball, like from different spots. He'll stand in spots for 20, 30 minutes and just shoot from that range at different things. One of the cool things I think came out of this is that Reggie and Ray Allen gave their jerseys to Curry at the end of the game. I thought that was kind of cool. He got they both signed the jerseys, gave him the jerseys, and then he also another cool thing. I don't know if you got to see this, but we know Draymond Green and whatnot have been big assist people for Draymond Green and Andre been really big for Steph with like the assist to him.
Mm-hmm.
He actually at the end of the game, he actually hooked him up with engraved Rolexes.
Crazy.
He had a jeweler bring in watches for him engraved in there for him, and it was kind of cool to see it happen. And that just shows you the type of person Steph is. You know what I mean? Like he knows he didn't do that by himself. Like he shot the ball, yeah, but you got to get the ball to you to shoot the ball.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, Draymond Green has like over 400 and some. I think it was like 480 or 460 assists to Steph Curry. That's a lot of assists in one person.
Right,
That's a lot of points. Draymond Green not shooting the ball, not being selfish, and understanding the team, understanding where the ball needs to go. I guess as you want to say.
yeah.
Um, and to me that's a lot of respect that some players have, and you know what I mean. Like for Steph to do something like that and understand that it's not all him and show his selflessness and show how he's not how not selfish he is. I have a lot of respect for that man. You know what I mean? Like it's just there's probably not a better player to break those records. I mean, there's two. That's a record that we got to see get made. You know what I mean? Like that's something we grew up watching and seeing Ray Allen just dagger people in and day out. But I still don't think Ray Allen shot the ball like this man did. Like
it doesn't seem that way, but I mean, he really did though.
I mean, Ray Allen shot the ball great. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if they ever pulled up like this kid. This kid just pulls up. It don't matter how far out he is. He just got range for days. That man pulled up from 25 foot. Phew, pow.
I mean, his pregame routine is what he hits. I think from the half
His new
half court.
Nah, he
it's
does
so
that.
many
That's
shots.
part of it. That's part of it. But his pregame is he shoots it from the stands first.
That's crazy.
He shoots a ball literally from the stands for a 3-pointer. I was watching it the other day. They had it on because I was like, when the record started getting touched, I was like, man, like I was like, I can't believe. Like I'm a big Ray Allen fan. Been a huge Ray Allen fan for a long time, and I'm like, man, I can't. That's a big record. That record's been there for so long, and I'm just like, it's about to get broke. Like I knew Steph's breaking it. There's no there was no issue that he wasn't like. The only way he didn't break that is he broke his leg and couldn't play. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was getting broken. I knew like it was gonna happen very directly because I mean the guy drops threes like they're going out of style,
Right.
and to be able to witness it again, it was kind of surreal, and like those things are big to me. And like the first person he goes over and hugs his mom after he breaks it. You know what I mean? And it's just like. It's humbling. It's humbling and to see that like, hey, look, that he didn't let all this go to his head and take over. Like some of these players do. They get in that big spotlight and they kind of just like they forget. You know what I mean? They forget where they came from, forget that their teammates helped them get there. And it was good to see that again in sports because you don't see a lot of it anymore.
Yeah, 100%, man. But I mean, you know that with that household, man, and how they brought their kids up, they taught them well. And I mean, you see it, you even see it in his brother, man. Like these kids are grounded well, and Steph and his wife, I know they do a lot. They give back a lot,
Right.
to the communities. Like I mean, even here, like him coming home, like I know he does a lot out there in Golden State, that area. He does a lot out there at the Bay. But when he comes home to Charlotte, like the facilities and like it's one, I think it's the YMCA. He redone their gym and all of this stuff, man. Like he's all about that. He's all about that type of love and life, man. So again, he very well deserves this, man. Because watching his dad, I mean, like he made reference to, he never thought that he would be on this stage. Watching his dad going to Hornets games, night in and night out, watching his dad play, and then coming up, watching Ray Allen them shoot the ball and stuff like that. Even when he was at Davidson and not getting the looks that all the other players would get. Look at him now, man. Look at him now.
I mean, that's the humbleness. No, that's the humbleness in him. You know what I mean? Like he's a worker, and that like I always said. I say this. I'll take a hard worker over a talented player any day.
Fact. And what better way to do it? What better place to break that record than Madison Square Garden?
Right.
That's wild, man.
And that is wild, man. Like I mean, that's one of, I guess you want to say it's probably one of the oldest. That's one of probably the oldest arenas in the NBA, I would think. And that place is rocking no matter what. Like that place, it don't matter what team you play on. Like of course they like their Knicks to win, but I mean you are playing the Warriors and you are playing the Dagger.
Dude, when I was watching the game last night and when he hit the shot,
it wasn't.
He hit it within the first quarter, man. Like everybody was like, "Yo!" Like they lost it, bro.
Hey,
I was like,
see, it was like you were watching like the NBA Finals, when Jordan was taking a last shot to win the game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like, and I was watching all the cameras. I was like, yo, like to be on. I think that's what a lot of people miss too. Like, is they don't understand, bro. Like to be on that stage, like that's gotta be a whole nother level, like to your mind. And like I couldn't comprehend that, man. I was like, man, like I know like what I would feel. Like I could only imagine the emotions
Yeah, bro.
that run in that stuff.
Oh God, I could.
Oh, it's definitely that. It's definitely one of the most prestige places to play. Like if you win there, like that's everything. Like that's even like comedy wise when you look at Madison Square Garden. Like anybody that gets to do a show in there, the goal is to sell it out. Anybody does anything in there, the goal is to sell out. Oh, I remember that.
Kevin Hart did it.
That's when you know you made it.
Yes, sir.
When you can sell out Madison Square, bro, that's when you know you made it.
Yep.
But
Did it.
like it's just crazy to get to experience it. Like that's not once, that's not twice, that's 3 times you get to experience it. Like you got to like, what's the chances of that? You know what I mean? What's the chance of getting to experience that record being broke 3 times?
I mean, let's be real. You in New York, one of the hardest places to sell on anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, bro, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got places like the Apollo, which you go to perform and they boo you off the stage. So come on, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy. I'm happy for him to do that. I mean, I'm just wondering where it stops with them. That's what I want to see. I want to see how high this number goes when he retires.
He done. When he
but that's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, I'm done.
That's what I want to know. I want to see how high that number goes. He's gonna put that thing, like, he's gonna put that number at an astronomical place, to where we probably never gonna see the shooter come out that could do that. You know what I mean?
Now I wouldn't necessarily say that because there's a lot of young kids now that are trying to patent their game around his. Because
they gonna have to shoot. They ain't gonna be able to miss. That's how high that number is about to be. Man. That's how high that number is about to be, though. Like they're not gonna be able to miss a shot when they take a 3. They're gonna have to hit every 3 they take in their career.
Yeah,
that's how high that number is about to be with Steph. Because Steph's shot is so perfected by him that he can shoot it from so far away. He doesn't have to get up to the arc. He could be back at half court and let it rip, and it's a perfect shot. Not many people that can stand from that range and just put up a jumper. You know what I mean? And effortlessly put up a jumper from that range.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But I mean, like I said, he's a trendsetter, so we very well could see it, some years down the road that Steph has now done what, like I said, what Jordan, Allen Iverson, and Kobe and all the rest of them had done. Like, man, listen, we changing the game. He changed the game. Now we got 3-point shooters everywhere. I mean, he's already changed the game. Look at it, man. AD shooting threes when he's supposed to be on the play, when he's supposed to be on the block.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about that ourselves, Miami, with how the game has changed. We trust me, we're 90s, we're 80s, 90s basketball fans for real. But it's still a fact. It's just still a fact that the man can still put up that many threes. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the game's going to change. I mean, that's like an argument who's the best player. You know, I mean. Yeah, I think you have era players. That's how I look at it. They did the best of their era. That's how I always say it. Jordan was the best of his era. Kobe was the best of his era. You know, I mean, and LeBron's probably the best of his era. I don't typically agree that LeBron's the best of anything because the man can't play a full game.
Oh God, we gonna get into this today.
We could. I mean, we can. I'm just like I said. I like LeBron, but I just don't like. I like what he represents on like off the court and stuff like that. How he's in schools. He's trying to make things for the kids and stuff like that. But when it comes to basketball, bro, like the light got to him. The light got to him.
We're not gonna get into that.
I mean, this is one of those things. I mean, like I said, Ray and Reggie both did their thing. I got to witness Reggie break the record, and I got to witness Ray Allen come behind him and break the record again. Like, and now I get to witness Steph. I mean, it's three different types of shooters, three very good shooters from that range. They got all hit from
100%.
all over. And Ray Allen probably one. I think Ray Allen was probably one of the best ones that could like. I think he better shooter all around. That man can hit. That man, I haven't seen a guy be able to hit from the corner, hit threes from the deep down in the corner like that dude does.
See, Ray's shot is just different though.
It was. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it was.
Curry's shot is a more of an arc shot. Ray's that quick release sniping shot. Like it's pure, just straight in there, man.
And that's the thing. It's like you don't see very many players that can shoot the corner like that. Like the corner's a tough shot, regardless of you anywhere.
True.
But he was one of those dudes that just ate the corner up. Like he hit threes left and right down there.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, almost 300 pound, all muscle cries when he gets. Oh, yo,
yeah,
I'm 100% with you, bro. I said this. It was probably a couple shows ago. I said, bro. He said because they were talking about him being a NFL tight end. I said there ain't a shot that he would be able to last as an NFL tight end. I said he's 275 pounds and flopping like a fish every time he gets touched.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that, bro. Like that's one of the gripes that I have with LeBron as well, man. Being that big, can play all 5 positions, but you can't give us night in and night out like Jordan them did, man.
Right.
Go hard in the paint. Because, like I said, if he does that, it's unstoppable, man. The Lakers. Do we question any team that he's on at that point? No. We don't.
I mean, you seen like okay, so like LeBron probably did it one season. And that was when he played for the Cavs and they won the championship. That was probably the first time you seen that man play night in and out. And then after he won that, you didn't see it again. Like it's one of those things, man. Like it's just like does that tarnish his career? That's probably the biggest one. Is like the flopping and everything. Does that mess up his career where he sits? Because when I was watching, I forget what it was. But the kids tried to say that, I'm sure y'all seen it too. He tried to say that LeBron James is the best player ever. And this is one of them top analyst guys. And yo, I'm telling you what, Shaq and them dove on him. They ate him alive. They're like, so you gonna pass up Jordan and Kobe like they weren't there? And he's like, I'm gonna give Jordan his, but Kobe. I'm like, oh, this dude's an idiot.
They really came for him like that.
Oh,
bro?
dude, they went at him. You got to look it up. I'm sure you can find it because Shaq was like, he's like, bro, you really gonna pass up Kobe and Jordan like that? Like, are you serious?
Wow, that's bad, bro. When you start talking like that, you clearly don't know.
I don't know about great actor. He wasn't too good in Space Jams.
LeBron?
Yeah. I don't think he was too good. This is my opinion. I mean, good movie, but wasn't that good.
LeBron was the man in Space Jam.
No, he wasn't.
Jordan. He wasn't Jordan though.
Yeah.
Can't get him never.
But guys, that's gonna be it for today.